Hello, hello. It is me, Lavender Gray, and I'm here with a Find Your Familiar reading. I felt very called to structure this for you. We have some antlers, some quartz, and a feather, as well as a tiger's eye, crystal, and of course, black tourmaline up here. Thought I'd bring in some of my animal kingdom inspirations. So let me do a quick breakdown of the reading. I feel like out of breath, like I'm excited. Okay. So I forgot I wrote this, but literally stop and breathe. So I'm trying to tell you like how to do this reading and how I'm going to be performing it for you. So this is a general reading, but I have decided that we are going to try to find and we will find a single animal spirit that is calling to you to let themselves be your guide and express themselves to you spiritually for your highest and truest good. And it's most likely your higher self is expecting them at this point. So if you clicked on this reading, good job. But I'm going to go through the piles, but at the beginning of each pile, I'm going to do this little like exercise in case you skip the breakdown, which I understand. These cards here, these Oracle and Tarot cards, are for an energy check-in for if this is the right time for you specifically, and is this energy describing you, yourself, and the situation you're in, so you know if this is another confirmation of if you're supposed to receive these messages. And then I want to talk a little bit about expectations for your spiritual reality, spirit reality. All right, and after the energy check-in, I'm going to use some tarot to give you some messages from your animal spirit guide before you know what animal they are to help really release expectations of what you think it's going to be or what you think it should be, if it's cool or if it's lame. Like I want to like release all of that judgmental stuff. So we'll be doing a little interview with your familiar. So the first thing we're going to ask is describe yourself, what their strength is, what their weakness is, then describe you, the querent. How can I, or Number 5 is what can you teach me? Number 6 is how best can I learn from you and collaborate with you? And then 7 is what is the potential of our relationship? And then I will be using this this animal apothecary deck by Kara Elizabeth. And I just got this deck today and it was like, I'm ready. I'm ready. I have messages and I am sending them and I am sending them now. But okay. Let me put that to the side and get into our pile selection. Pile number 1 is the scissors. Pile number 2 is this eye. And pile number 3 is this owl. The owl came out and I was like, that's specific. And it was like, I know. So you might already know that an owl or a bird familiar is in the cards for you. Or not, it's okay. We don't know what's going to come out, and we want to welcome our guest as they are, exactly as they want to express themselves to you. So go ahead and pick a pile, and I'll see you in your readings. So first, we are going to say hi. Pile number scissors, pile number 1. And we are going to slow down for a second, close our eyes, and take 3 deep breaths. And as you take these breaths, just ground yourself in reality where you are, whatever surface that you're sitting or laying on is, and try to relax a little bit. Okay. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. All right, and now we're in a space to receive these messages for our highest and truest good. We're going to clear our expectations as if we are welcoming a guest into our spiritual sector. We have the Knight of Coins with a rabbit, a carrot, with little pentacle sign, as well as this beautiful rainbow horse that he is riding on. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse, Hades energy. We have a Ten of Swords upright, a sign of lots of anxiety as well as insomnia. We have crows here. All right, we have Judgment, number 20. And our Dixit card is this sort of Rapunzel representation with the cell with broken bars that look like teeth. We have this spiral shell and then a rope leading down to some broken chains. So I think it is very interesting that you chose the scissors because you're probably very good at cutting cords. I'm envisioning the Ouroboros, but instead of eating its own tail, it bites the end of its tail off in order to break the cycle. Um, which is honestly, I feel for you guys because that image is something that is in my poetry a lot, my own personal stuff. Because if you are like me, then you are probably very sick of being stuck behind cell bars. You are probably very wild in and of yourself, and I'm very excited to meet your familiar because I feel like they are chomping at the bit to be like, I am here to help you. You have already broken the cycles. You're already free. You're not even, there's no character here. You're not even here. This could be your familiar breaking out of a cage. Do you know that poem written by like a 6-year-old student that says, the tiger has broken his cage, the tiger is free, yes, yes, the tiger is out, or something like that. Like the tiger, he has broken his cage. Um, I, I'm not surprised if your familiar would be a tiger or a big cat, but we also do have this Knight of Coins, which I think is your familiar, this animal spirit, telling you that he is on the way. And honestly, if you are drawn to more piles, go ahead. Although I would say this is more of a single animal reading. But I'll say that all three of this is the Kawaii Tarot. All three of these cards for the three piles were pentacles, and so I would take that as a confirmation that this is for you. This is an earthen, grounded reality reading, and this is like straight from the animal kingdom. So for the King of Pentacles in reverse, so we have both the Knight and the King. I would say I'm also thinking of cicadas burrowing up, like brood 10, I think. Cicadas burrowing up from the earth, or perhaps a mole coming up, something that lives in the ground and is clawing its way up. I just feel like there's so much like, I'm like smiling. There's this like wicked grin of like, I'm here and I'm ready and it's me. So I'm very excited. It's a masculine energy, but in the way that how do I say this? Okay. In the way that very strong queer women express their masculinity, if that makes sense. And I am a strong queer woman, so it's that sort of masculinity where it's this knight who's like, I'm all about chivalry, I'm all about fighting for you. Don't worry, princess, I'm here. As well as this very strong, sort of shadowy masculine energy, like Hades. So Pentacles is the element of Earth. The signs are Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. We have the Knight here, which is all about charging forward. This King in reverse might also symbolize an imbalanced energy. So if you're used to dealing with like shitty masculine energy, like the familiar is also done with it as well, and you've already done such a good job of breaking out of those chains. You're always like stick it to the man, and you have found a way to live your life in a really wholesome and caring, compassionate way. So the Ten of Swords, we have, what do I want to say? I want to say, I'm really looking at these blackbirds. They might be ravens, they might be crows, they might be something else. Uh, we also have a blue feather here, just like this one. I think it's an acknowledgement of the depth of your sorrow and the depth of the pain that you have experienced in life. I think it's an expression of the fact that it's like, I know things are serious. I know things are serious. It's not all just fun and games. It's not all sparkle rainbow unicorns, although it kind of is. A nod to your like inner child, your little princess self that we all have inside of us. And by the way, I think God is. Let me get spiritual for a second here in this tarot reading. I think that God is is a cozy gamer girl installing the Sakura Blossom mod in Stardew Valley. Like that's who I think the divine is and where its spirit is coming from. It's like a little girl having a tea party. Anyway, let me know if you vibe with that. So we're going to be using the Star Spinner Tarot. Thank you so much for watching this video, by the way. I do very much appreciate it. The familiar, to describe themselves, has chosen the Lovers in reverse. Their strength as a familiar is the Eight of Wands in reverse. Their weakness is the Five of Coins. They cannot show you a reflection of yourself. Like, you have to bring the breath, as Yoga with Adrian would say. Like, okay, this is extremely interesting. I think they're aware that they're coming to you sort of in a time of turmoil. And maybe a breakup has just happened. There might be a feeling of like desperation, and they're trying to let you know that it's like, I'm not going to be able to show you how perfect and loved you are. Okay. Describe you, the reader. The Lovers in reverse again. I am polyamorous, and so I put all four of the Star Spinner's lover cards in the deck. Okay, so we did have them come out twice though. So I don't think that this failure is going to be able to help you with your heartbreak. All right, what they can teach you, however, is that in the frame? Hold on. What they can teach you is the Ace of Coins, how to start fresh, how to plant seeds for what you actually want to grow. And I originally thought that this was a branch, but this is actually someone's hand coming out of the clouds to hold this seed. So you might actually start gardening or something. This might be, I'm seeing a snake, like a green snake, or maybe a frog, something that really does live maybe close to the earth or lives in a lot of greenery. Okay. How can you best learn from and collaborate? The Ten of Swords in reverse. Okay, so you have to let go of all that anxiety, and I think you also have to fix your sleep schedule. I'm not getting a lot of nocturnal vibes, like this like dark sort of like navy blue night sky color is like really standing out. So I think this is a daytime predator, I think is what came out for me. Uh, and the potential of the relationship is this Hermit in reverse. So, back of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles again, which I love. Like, they are coming to help you. Sorry, I can't really see the frame. They are coming to help you, but you might have come into this reading with expectations of like, oh, they're going to save me, they're going to heal me, they're going to replace something or other. No, 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 no. So I don't want to get too harsh with you guys. I kind of want to clear the cards and just get into it. Is there anything else I should say? Let's see some advice from Spirit. Advice from your familiar about how best to accept them as they are, because they are coming in with an acceptance of you as you are. Death. Okay, so this is a new beginning. Oh, and Six of Coins, which is a very lucky card. It's a card of generosity as well as like a windfall of money. See, she's got raspberries, she's got money just like falling for her, and she has this witch's broom as well as a diamond. So this is sort of like a Midas card. So this deck, this pile, release expectations. Let your mind go clear. Let yourself settle like the dust of a snow globe. Okay. Are you ready? I don't think you are, but we're gonna do it anyway. Okay. Hopefully that's all right with you. Feel free to pause the video to take some more deep breaths. In fact, I'm going to breathe a little bit more. Maybe pull another advice card. Let's see if All right. The Knight of Swords. Okay, yeah, we're thinking too much about it. Let's just do it. So, group number scissors. Here is the Animal Apothecary. You can take the girl out of the ASMR, but you cannot take the ASMR out of the girl. So we have a medicine to fulfill your purpose, and the book says that the medicine is the advice and the guidance that your familiar is here to give you. We will definitely keep this book to read. Beautiful design. To read what your familiar has to say. So, I'm going to use some selenite to connect to our highest and truest potential. I'm so excited. We are going to find the familiar that is ready for you. You are ready. Here we go. My washing machine or hot water heater is moving around in the basement. Okay. What animal spirit, what familiar is coming out for pile 1 for scissors? What does Snippers need to hear? And I'm going to shuffle until we get a card that falls out, just to help with the randomness. I am shuffling a little bit. It's this one. Awesome. Perception. The ostrich. Oh, we were talking about sand and a snow globe. We were talking about something being buried, and this might be time for you to come up for air. All right. Let us read what perception. We have number 21. 2 plus 1 is 3. I don't know. I don't really understand the number stuff. I did flip right to it, so that is awesome. This message is completely ready to come out for you. So, number 21, perception, ostrich. Ostrich speaks to us about perception. The image of burying one's head in the ground conjures a feeling of the inability to face a wider perspective. To be fair, the ostrich burrows her head in the ground not to hide, but to rotate her eggs. When this card comes to you in a reading, however, it is the symbolism of burying one's head in the ground that we are meditating upon. Studies have been conducted to show that a hill will spatially be perceived as steeper when a person is feeling sad. Our emotion literally shapes our perception. We do not see life objectively. Instead, the way we see our physical reality is influenced by our internal emotional experience. When a situation reminds your subconscious of an uncomfortable memory, your subconscious will start to shape what you see through the lens of that past experience. Ostrich asks you to look at your current situation and recognize what perceptions you may be projecting onto it. One way to begin to shift your perception is to own that your understanding is never fully accurate. Instead of drowning in uncomfortable feelings, step back and understand that your emotions do not dictate ultimate truth. Realize the control you have over your thoughts about a situation. This control is strengthened the more you become cognitively aware of your perception by questioning it. Start to notice the autopilot chatter in your mind. Listen to how it belittles you and other people around you. As the Buddhist meditation teacher and psychologist Tara Brach teaches, the primitive brain continuously hijacks our ability to be present in the moment. The thoughts are real, but rarely do they hold any validity. Tell yourself, don't believe the thoughts, over and over again. This not only snaps you out of the autopilot zombie mind, but also starts to reprogram your brain to put you in charge of your perception. Ostrich's medicine asks you to consistently practice this awareness, and you will transition from being a victim of your thoughts to becoming a master of your perception. So, I hope you have found your familiar in a way that has exceeded your expectations and will help you with perception specifically. Nice to meet you. All right, thank you so much for reading, and sweet dreams. Hi there. Pile 2. If you chose... Oop, let me move the scissors out of the way. A little bit of ASMR for you, hopefully. If you chose this eye, then this reading is for you. First, before we do anything... Hold on, let me see. Okay. Hold on, I hate it. Alright, so we have a very particular group coming in. How's that? Is that okay with you guys? Perfect. Okay. So we have a very particular group. We have an eye for detail, an eye for perfectionism. And I want to remind you that whatever animal comes through is your perfect match. So we're going to have a lot of trouble releasing expectations, or maybe not at all. Maybe I said that and you were like, hell yeah, brother. Here we go. So, step number one is to stop and breathe. So, we're going to close our eyes and take 3 deep breaths. So, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. All right, so now that we are grounded in the space of our reality, the surface you're sitting on or lying on or standing on, you're real, you're here, we're ready. So, do a little check in. The 5 of Coins with the Kawaii Tarot, the 4 of Swords, the Queen of Chalices in reverse, and these water droplet snow globes. So, when I was sitting with this energy before filming, I got the feeling that perhaps you are someone who cries a lot, or at least someone who is very emotional, perhaps very fiery as well with this red. We have a lot of animals, we have a lot of creatures encapsulated. We have a snake, we have a butterfly, we have a person, we have a fetus, we have trees and a bird, a blackbird being blown by the wind. We have some pebbles, we have water, and we have a light source that looks like the sun or fire. So we have pretty much all the elements represented here. You probably are a very complicated person. Everyone's pretty complicated, but you might be full of paradoxes. Paradoxes. I heard the word manipulation or manipulative. You might have been accused of this. So if you are not already in therapy, I highly recommend it. Period. Okay. 4 of Swords in reverse, 5 of Coins upright, and Queen of Chalices in reverse. In fact, you might actually you might not feel very in control of yourself at this moment. You might be feeling like you're manic or feeling super depressed. You might be switching from one to the other. You might be in the middle, sort of just like vibrating as you go in between. And I relate to that. Do not worry. I have borderline as well as bipolar 2, and so I definitely understand being in that vibration of both manic and depressive at the same time and being like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Breathe. That's what you're supposed to do. And I think you're supposed to like accept the fact that you have all of these elements inside of you. I wouldn't be surprised if you have lots of fire signs in your birth chart, or just like a pretty, like, what am I trying to say? Either a lot of one element or the other, or like the elements in your chart I want you to look at. I don't know what they are specifically, but I think they're very important. You might also really like Avatar: The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra with the elemental bending. You might also be drawn to sorcerer class in D&D, like particularly elemental magic. So 4 of Swords usually recommends a period of respite, a period of release and of rest. We have beautiful pink and white flowers. This looks like a pomegranate, but it's not. It kind of looks like lotus blossoms from the top. We've got swords going through their head. um, is it King of Swords? Not swords. Is it spades? There's a king in a regular deck that has a sword through his head. So I don't know. I think you need to lay down. Okay. 5 of Coins is a sort of conflict-centric card, maybe a lot of conflict about how you make money or how you treat your body. So spiritual stuff can only bring you so far. You have to bring the breath. You have to shower, you have to clean, you have to cook and eat, feed yourself and dress yourself. Like you have to do all of the human things that we all have to do several times a day. Like, nothing more important than food, than water, than breathing. Like, if you are, I heard highfalutin. If you're highfalutin, if you're running around being very spiritual, but you're not eating or you're not going to the bathroom or you haven't showered in a while. Like, I know these things are hard. Like I said, I struggle with executive dysfunction and ADHD, which it's very easy to get lost in spirituality, very easy to get lost in hyperfixations, but the hyperfixations aren't serving you if they're keeping you from eating. And I know that is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people, but I'm here to tell you the truth and I'm here to give it to you straight. Like, it doesn't matter how much fun you're having if you've gone all day without eating or without drinking water, then any sort of spiritual messages or creativity that you are experiencing or are producing is going to be coming from an imbalanced place and is not worth the toll it's putting on your body, you know? If you're an artist and you're hunched over a lot, really focused on maybe the bright screen of your tablet or your computer, or if you're just like hunched over writing, you got to stretch at the end of the day, right? It's not that the art is bad, and it's not that you're doing a bad job. It's just you have to learn how to balance. So Libra might honestly be a sign that's important to you. What are the fire signs? They are Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Fire is a very fast, and if you've heard, I've been very quick with my words right now. So I'm going to tap on this stone to sort of ground us, bring us back into reality. I'm going to bring out some black tourmaline, which is the crystal of the Fool in traditional tarot. It's a very protective, grounding stone. So, and I'm going to place it, and I'm going to fidget once with it, and then leave it there. So, hopefully the placement is pleasing to thine eyes, but if not, eh. So for the tarot interview of your familiar, we are going to be using the Star Spinner Tarot. And if you have enjoyed this reading, I would appreciate a like, comment, and subscribe. And my socials are linked in my description. But we're shuffling these cards to hear what your familiar has to say before they arrive. So the first one is to describe themselves. As your familiar is the moon in reverse. So we've got some nocturnal vibes, as well as a reminder to sleep the 8 to 10 hours that your body does require. The myth associated with this card is there was a very faithful wife who protected a seed of immortality for her husband. She ascended to the moon with her moon rabbit and is making mochi on the moon, and it's like the potion of immortality, as far as my understanding is. And I think that that is so cute, and if I can say sort of a sexual innuendo of like, oh, I'm making mochi on the moon. Okay. Page of coins for what the familiar's strength is. What their weakness is Ace of Swords. So their strength is they can help you ground and help you realize how humble you are, or like how to humble yourself. Sorry, you're getting so much tough love from me. I'm so like I don't know. Hopefully it's resonating. If it's like not the message for you, that's totally okay, and you can click away and watch a different video or pick a different pile. So their weakness is that I don't think they're going to be able to shift your perspective. They're not going to be able to cut cords for you or like give you new thoughts, I think. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and then to describe you, the reader, the Five of Swords in reverse. So you probably struggle with lots of racing thoughts as well as insomnia. Okay. What can they teach you? Is Queen of Wands, how to harness that fiery energy. It's not bad that you're fast. It's not bad that you have so much passion and delight and creativity. And when you come with a strong foundation, you're able to like harness this reality of like you've tamed this lion, you have a magic wand, a crown, a gorgeous ball gown. Belle from Beauty and the Beast in that pretty yellow gown. She has wings. I'm thinking of monarch butterflies. We have red roses, and we have 3 luscious sunflowers. So This is what they can teach you to harness that energy. I'm sure. Okay, I wonder if it's. I don't. I wonder if it's gonna be a turtle or something very slow. To be like, listen, patience, young Padawan. Okay, I'm getting very like flirtatious. I don't know if you can hear the smile in my voice. I'm like excited. Okay. How can you best learn from and collaborate with the familiar is justice in reverse. So we have Libra represented here as well. Um, I don't know what the crystal is for justice, but I do want to look it up. Jade, yes, wisdom and decisions and mediation. We also have the strength card, the imagery sort of denoted here. And we have justice in reverse, and the potential for the relationship is Four of Wands, which is all about celebration. The back of the deck we have the Seven of Swords, which is the thief card. You might be used to having to secret things away, but no longer. So we are going to clear these, and I want to get some further advice from your familiar before they express themselves for you. I feel like they're a little sober right now. They're like sobering of like, hey, it's okay. I'm thinking of Symptomatic by Peach PRC. Shout out to Peach PRC, one of the just most beautiful artists ever. But the lyric is she's like talking to her doctor, and he said, hey, I know you're okay, but don't throw out your meds because you had a good day. Okay, so the advice is the Ace of Coins. So this is a fresh start, and this came out for pile number 1 as well. You might want to check out the other piles. I don't know. And I said this for pile 1, but I'll say it again. This is a human hand, and I thought this was a tree branch. So Dryad energy, perhaps. And then 10 of Coins in reverse. That is really cool that we have number 1 and then number 10 of the same suit. So dig deep, sap, roots, tree branches, forest, daytime, sun, like the sun rays shafting through tree branches, shafts of light. Okay, we're ready. So hopefully those symbols meant something to you. If not, let them go. I'm going to put that to the side. And here we go. All right, this is The Animal Apothecary by Cara Elizabeth. Gorgeous art. On the lid, we have Medicine to Fulfill Your Purpose. And then we have the design. Put the book over here. We're going to take some deep breaths as I shuffle. I'm going to say thank you again for watching. I know that those were some really tough messages, and I hope they resonated, but if they didn't, you can let them go. Nothing is set in stone. So, we are going to ask for pile 2. They're familiar for their highest and truest good. I heard best friend. Here we go. Number 22, a repeating number. And 2 means you're on the right path, as far as I know. It can also mean a pair, so Gemini energy. We have no expectations with, I believe, a panther. So let us read what that has to say. Number 22. Nope. I was looking at the page numbers. I was wrong. But that is so interesting that page 20... Hold on, let me show you, because this is cool. So, page 22 has Master Manifestor the Raven. And guess what was on the back of the deck? Master Manifestor the Raven, also with a spider and an eye. So let me read both of these for you. It's okay that 2 came out. No expectations. Okay. Raven. Raven lived a lonely life in the dark abyss of the universe with only one other creature, Spider. Anytime Spider crawled to Raven, Raven would freeze in terror, and Spider would sadly crawl away, for she did not want to scare Raven. Often you could find Raven gazing into the endless universe and dreaming about creating the world. Everything in his heart wanted to experience so much more, but he just didn't know how to create it. One day Spider saw Raven projecting his dream into the universe. Spider crawled up to Raven, and as usual, Raven froze in fear. Spider sadly looked up to Raven suffocating in his fear, and right before Spider was about to dart away, she decided to use her voice. She said, "Dear Raven, I know you do not trust me, but I can help you." Raven seemed to snap out of his hypnotic state of terror for a moment and looked down at Spider. "I can weave your dream into existence," said Spider. It was at this moment that Raven understood. Not only did he have to befriend his fear, who was Spider, but that. Oh, hold on. "I can weave your dream into existence," said Spider. It was at this moment that Raven understood. Not only did he have to befriend his fear, who was Spider, but that his fear is what held the gift to allow him to manifest his dream. Once Raven could accept and deeply love all aspects of himself, one being the spider, who represented his fear, he then was able to become the ultimate magician, the master manifester. Raven's medicine says, when you honor all aspects of your being, you become whole. Wholeness equates to self-love, and your wholeness supercharges your magnetism to attract and create. When you befriend the painful parts of your personality, you will find they are the ones that hold the secrets that allow you to fully step into your purpose. Absolutely beautiful. So we actually have three. We have Spider, the Raven, and this black cat, which I'm going to look up now. This is fantastic, you guys. This is fabulous energy. All right, no expectations. Let me make sure we can see all of them. Okay. Black Panther. Black Panther represents walking into the dark and exploring the feminine power of allowing development to come from the unknown. Walking into the unknown with no expectations is the key that will open the door to your success. The no expectations medicine of this card strongly advises you not to limit yourself with ideas about how anything will unfold. Life is planning something more delicious than you can currently understand. Something profound is on the horizon for you. Trust life without needing to be the dictator of how and when your manifestation will blossom into fruition. Intense expectations will only inhibit the ability of what is more extraordinary to develop. Take the risk for what you desire without the desperate need to control how it will unfold. A situation you perceive as a failure today may be what leads you to unfathomable success in 3 years. This is why an expectation of how you think things should work is futile. Understand that whatever occurs in your life is meant for your growth. Our misguided steps and our mistakes are our greatest teachers. Taking risks allows divine opportunities to present themselves. Take note if you are met with continuous resistance and rigid expectation. This is a universal sign that another direction is more beneficial, so take a step back and allow the path of least resistance to be revealed. This is not to say you should give up immediately, but it does warn that you may be unaligned with the flow. It may also be a signal that you just need to wait a bit longer. Oh, another paragraph. Black Panther is the queen of facing fears and taking risks to achieve her heart's desires. If you are questioning whether to go forward with an idea that feels totally uncertain, Black Panther's medicine asks you to go for it. Do not seek immediate gratification. Remember, the result may take time to unravel, but taking the risk to do what is best for you will always yield positive results. So, there you have it, pile number 2. There was something I wanted to say earlier, but it might have left. I think it's gone. That's okay. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. I am very grateful that you let me channel this energy for you, and I am so excited to see what you and your familiar can accomplish. Bye. Hi there, pile 3. If you chose this owl charm, then this reading is for you. Once again, I want to say how cool it is to have picked the bird. Let's see. Alright, perfect. I'm very interested to see what specific animal comes out for this one. But before we get started, actually, I forgot. We have to sit and breathe. So we are going to take 3 deep breaths, release our expectations, and ground in our reality. So get comfy and feel into the surface which supports you, whether you're sitting, laying down, or standing. Although that'd be wild if you're standing. I don't think I've ever watched a tarot reading standing unless I'm waiting for my tea to steep. But anyway, already chatty. Here we go. So we're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay. We have a very noble group. I was really feeling that, like, I know how to breathe, so I started whispering. Okay. So this is your energy check-in, seeing if this is the right time for you. Is this you represented in the reading and what your expectations versus reality might be? So we've got 9 of coins with a poodle and a little bird with a pom-pom. We have little flowers in her fur, as well as sitting on a pile of presents, and we have flowers dangling down. And we have someone peeking through a present. So that might be you. That might be your familiar. So excited. Okay. Then we have Page of Swords in reverse. King of Wands, a crow. And we also have some, I believe these are black swans represented here, as well as blackbirds. And we have a storybook. We have this like fairy godmother and a reader of all these books being like, I'm gonna jump, here, come catch me, wee! Okay. So a lot of childlike curiosity and joy. I meant to say like I'm gonna jump as in like I'm going to jump into your arms and into this fabulous storytelling. They could also be like, come fly up to reach me and help bring me down safely. Either way is fine, I think. So I feel like this pile is quite capable by themselves. You might be a tarot reader. You might be a reader in general and have read lots of stories and have maybe researched about familiars a lot, which in case if this video came up as part of your research, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm a little bit cowed by this energy. Like I feel this like resistance. Is this your familiar? That's like they're smart enough to know it. Like maybe it is Owl. Like that would be fantastic if Owl came out. Um, or a bird. So we have masculine authority, as well as the element of fire. So that's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. We have 9 of coins, which is the element of earth, which would be Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. And then the Page of Swords, which is the element of air, which is Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. So I feel like you have done so much research. And if you haven't done research, you are either about to or you're in the middle of it. And if you haven't done research, then I don't think this is your pile. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead to your tarot. We are using the Star Spinner Tarot. And while I shuffle, I'm just gonna say thank you again for being here. And if this reading resonates, go ahead and leave it a like or comment or subscribe to my channel. So I'm shuffling these cards to do a bit of a interview with your familiar. I feel like this pile might be a little judgy, so I'm just gonna say check yourself. Okay, now we're ready. So describe yourself. The familiar is the Hierophant. So that's another Taurus earth element. Their strength as a familiar is the 3 of Wands, which is fire. 3 of Wands is... it is a very happy card. Okay. Their weakness as a familiar is this Page of Chalices. To describe you, the viewer, is 3 of Coins. So I feel like they're saying you are this genie. And I said that in a previous reading as well. I wonder, it's my Goblin Market tarot reading a couple videos back. But you might want to watch that. It might have some messages for you. How or what can they teach you? We have four of, yeah, right? Yeah, four of chalices in reverse. So we have two of these mermaid cards. Let me look at them upright. So, this is going to sound wild, but your familiar might see you as a familiar. Like, this is a very challenging energy, I'll be honest. But anyway, the Four of Chalices it's a like a card of despondency, like being like, oh, I have all this stuff, but I still want more, and that's okay if you're dissatisfied. But when the universe hands you a golden retriever puppy when you've been looking for a companion, you're not gonna like sniff at that, right? This is a very sassy deck. Or group. I'm feeling very much like on the defense. So like, can you back off for a second and let me read for you? Okay. How to best learn from and collaborate with your familiar is the moon. So you are probably getting lots of dream messages. We have a crescent moon here. We have a rabbit as well. And she's got little rabbit ears. We have red flowers. And what is the potential of this relationship is Page of Coins. So there is a bit of humility in the Page of Coins where, yes, you have this glamour and you have control of some coins, some wealth, but you are not quite a knight or a queen or a king yet. You are still just a page. And that is exactly where you're supposed to be, even though you have all this knowledge, even though you've done all this research and you are a powerful witch and you've practiced witchcraft. There is always more to learn, especially when it comes to maybe animal medicine. Okay, there we go. On the back of the deck, we have Six of Coins in reverse, which is a generosity card. All right. I'm going to shuffle and ask for some advice. Will I say that the Page of Chalices in the Star Spurner deck, the chalices follows a lot of the Little Mermaid myth, and so if you are familiar, oh God, I keep like chewing on my sentences. I'm gonna pull a few more cards for advice from your familiar. Your familiar, I feel like, is going to just be this like beautiful feminine energy. Knight of Coins and the World. And then this is, okay, Six of Swords. So you might have come from a coven or witchy group. Also, the Witch Bitch Amateur Hour is a pretty cool podcast that I listen to sometimes, so that might be something you are already familiar with. Like, you might come from a group of very, like, judgy witches, and it's just not serving you, is just what I want to say. What I've been trying to say this whole time is just like, it's just not serving you. Trying to be like, I'm a bad bitch, like, I'm a witch. Like, you have to look at yourself and be like, am I the villain of this story? Like, hold on. Did I tell this person my expectations? Did I express my feelings? Was I open to receiving their feelings? Or was I really quick to jump to conclusions and acted out of anger or anxiety? Pile two might be a good thing for you to watch as well, because we talked a little bit about mania and how that controls us. I'm going to... The Hierophant here represents dogma and tradition and doing things the right way. And you might be holding yourself to really high expectations of like, I'm a capital W witch, and like you might be coming from witch talk or something, and although it's really fun to see spirituality become more mainstream, you might come from like a group of bullies, I'll be honest. And if you've been a bully, like, okay, go to therapy and tell your therapist the truth. Because like if you go to therapy and you're just saying like they did this and they said that and they're like this, like, okay, what about you though? Okay, I think that's enough tough love for now. Let's get some encouragement, maybe some sweetness from the familiar. It's interesting energy. Advice. 5 of coins. Yeah, look in the mirror. Are you seeing, is this mirror cracked? Or is this mirror broken? Like, are you seeing reality as it is? Like, are you seeing yourself as you are? Um, and it's really hard to see, but there's this little kid hidden inside her cloak, and she's showing us the broken mirror, but it's not the truth. And this little, I don't know. It's from the Snow Queen um, myth. We have Knight of Wands. There is sweetness and goodness and fertility, or I heard flirtility, um, on its way to you. And we have Six of Swords. Okay, I think we're ready. All right. All right. Here's the Animal Apothecary by Cara Elizabeth. On the inside of the lid, we have Medicine to Fulfill Your Purpose. All right. And we are going to, shuffle these cards. I'm going to ask that we ground once again. I'm shuffling pretty loosely because I want a card to fall out, just to help add with the randomness, so it might take a little bit. But I think this familiar is very afraid of being judged by you, like, oh, that animal's not cool enough, or I've never seen symbols of that animal before, that's not for me. Can we all say, pile three's familiar, hey girl, you look great today. Breakthrough. Number 29. Let us see what this is. I can't really tell. It looks like a reptile of some kind. Lizard brain. Oh, fabulous. All right. Number 29, Breakthrough Lizard Brain. The medicine of this card comes through when you are about to level up and have an amazing breakthrough, but you must be made aware that your lizard brain may attempt self-sabotage. So all this judgment and bullying, you might be doing to yourself as well. So, the eye opening in this image is likened to a seed ripping open to become self-realized. The reptile head on the bottom of the card represents our unconscious reptilian brain, the limbic system. This part of our brain represents fear, flight, fight, addictions, and other emotional behaviors. It hates change and thinks it can keep you safe by pulling you back from taking important risks that can lead to great success. The lizard brain will drown you in fear of potential failure and tell you to stay in the job or relationship that make you miserable because there is a strange safety in the familiarity of what you know. Hey, at least you know it's horrible, so that's safe, right? Wrong. This is just some of the garbage logic of the lizard brain, the master of self-sabotage. This card is about surpassing the prehistoric programming of our beliefs and behaviors to evolve into who we know we can be. The art of your breakthrough is the determined effort to constantly question your perception. Take a moment to analyze a current obstacle or moment of resistance you are dealing with. This obstacle is a golden nugget moment to challenge your perception. Examine the story in your mind's eye. Even being aware that you just got hijacked by lizard brain doesn't necessarily dispel all the worry running through your body. At this moment, you may have to just move forward while still feeling fear and not believing fully in yourself, but the action of going forward is what will lead you to the critical breakthrough. All right. I am going to leave your reading there. And enjoy your reptilian familiar. This is a very sexy energy, and I just wanted to say congratulations and sweet dreams.